The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race in this transition. When we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the trot to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong. From the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea, our ancestors, are you and me, we are the great ones. From the beginning of time, we have the heart, the soul, the body, and the life that is Grand Rising brothers and brothers, going on and sisters there yet. Sorry about the late starting. You know, on Saturday I do my station broadcast. And Wagwan James, we love your flagging in the background. Up to the time. Yeah. Which is right.
Yes, I. Listen.
Yes, I. Akeem, you know, give me
Grand rising, grand rising. Me just a leave at work. I try to run out of the house, yeah. Just a left work.
My lad, you know my multitask at the morning time. I try to keep the thing real, but I spoke with Nana this morning. She has prom dealing with today, and her daughter is having prom, so she's not available. Willie was wanted to come over and monitor some of the class, and I said to him, say, fine, but at last minute, Willie say, he might go start class, so I can't bother with the competition thing. I spoke to him from last week, and him say, yo, everything good, but he might run a class they were on a different level. You know, Willie have the legalese part, I kind of soap, kind of, you know, but him not totally do it like how we do it and get our brothers and sisters on board.
No,
If he choose
Willie
to,
definitely not doing it like us. I can guarantee you that, cause me do
no, sir.
people and some of do people and some of him stuff them and things. So me know where film head and how he gear and what he's going towards compared to what we are do. Totally different. But give perfect example. We talking about claiming land and claiming a house, right? Willie's talking about like doing the foreclosure thing and all of them things. You understand me? And we already realized that everything is free. We just need the right documents to go with what we're saying, and it will be done. By the way, Rascalites, we kind of get a little breed up on that thing there. Remember me I tell you about the paperwork? The
yes.
the post letter.
Letter of
The Pope's letter. Yeah, the Pope letter.
Yes,
So
I.
I get one of them clean. I get one of them clean up and send back to me
Yes, I.
yesterday.
Yes, I.
So
I
the
think.
person tell me just send the rest and then we clean it up and send it back to me. But it's a thing them have to do and take it out and then transfer it in a PDF and then they could send it back from what they were saying.
Yeah, man. Once you get the link out there, I give
Because
thanks so
remember
we
I
can.
know that was one of the letters we needed to send in with the SF-181.
Yes.
The Pope's
Yes.
letter is supposed to send in with the SF-181.
Mm,
So that's
that's why.
that's what
Go ahead.
I was kind of waiting on that to get done because I couldn't get to send off the SF-181 how I wanted to send it off without that particular note, that particular letter on I go to
I don't know
but
why.
I remember
Yeah, yeah, trouble still.
yeah
Yeah,
I know
trouble. That's why.
The Pope's letter and another document. I can't remember exactly which other document. I just got to go back into our classroom and look, and then
Mm.
I could pick it out and say what is what.
Most of them dead is still, and as you say, Lana will come in at the classroom, very, very sharp, you know what I mean? Everybody with there right now sharp. So and assistance we don't have. It's just utilize. We need to utilize it. Brother James. Brother James like it knockout. Yeah, yeah. It knock out, but it knock out. Me didn't hear you a while ago,
Oh, maybe because I move, man.
Okay, okay. All right,
So
seeing that a little bit. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was saying, based on the fact that she clean it up, I'll have her clean up the rest and get it back. But my
Mhm.
issues, I was actually waiting on this because it's one of the Pope's letter that's supposed to go in with the SF-181 and another document. I just can't remember
Mhm.
which other document off the top of my head. I'll have to go back in her paperwork, and re-look at it, and then find the document, and then I can fax it in. So I'm about to, between today and tomorrow, I gotta send out the rest of the information I got from that particular site and have
Yes,
her redo it for me and send it back out. So when she
that's
looked on the Pope's thing last night, she said, Karim, I 7 pages. I said, yeah. I 7 pages, yes, but I 7 pages has some historic things.
yes, yes, yes. I think it's very important. This thing, yeah,
Yeah, to have.
go ahead, go ahead.
To have is very important to have. Very.
I think, hey, here's,
Because
go
like
ahead.
I was saying, it has to go with certain documents, so we need it. It's not like it's something that we don't need.
It's important.
Yeah, it's
Neil
a
put
needed
some,
piece of document.
my brother Neil put some things inside of the group, the government group, Wemdo, because him send off a thing to Secretary of State,
Okay.
Yes, so we have
My
a
but
few.
my thing is my affidavits them just actually get done I think yesterday. So
Right.
I need to go in my email between today and tomorrow and sit down and take care of these affidavits and print them out. And then at the same time send off all of these information that I have that I need the person to clean up for me. I should go clean them up and send them back. Once them get clean up and send back, I ready to tell brother Tyrone and I forgot who else. I don't know if it's brother James too at all. I told a couple of guys that once I get them done, I'm gonna put them in the classroom so everybody can have access. So everybody don't have to go through the same issue I went through just to get these paperwork.
That's brilliant, man. Brilliant. You need to get some of them things
Because
solved.
we need to kind of have some type of um template. And
Yes.
I kind of believe if we have these, we kind of use them as template. We could always give them to everybody and say, okay, just take out the person name or make a blank one and we'll just say data it, put your name there,
Mhm.
so put your address, you understand me? Do your thing. And then we can add in the Nyankopong head upon all of them.
Yes. The website of the showcase most of them things there.
I agree. Totally agree. Because I need I remember what I need to from the website, and I think I put it in your email. I need a copy of the intent from our government.
It's not on the website.
It's on our website, right?
Yes, it's supposed to be on our website.
I need to find it.
I can fast forward that. Any one of us can fast forward that to put it in the chat room for you.
Yeah, because I think everybody's supposed to have that when them send off what they're sending off to go along with the paperwork.
Well, it can be available. It should be available.
Yeah, that needs to be available for everybody. Everybody needs to get a copy of that, and they can use it and copy it multiple times and send it off for the different affidavits for them to know exactly who we are. Because I think it's more powerful if you have the letter of intent and the affidavits going towards them. Them can't tell them nothing once them get them there.
I think we have them sitting there sort of.
Yeah, I know that we have letter of intent. I just don't have my copy of it. I need to get my copy of it so I can start sending out my paperwork. That was the other thing that I needed to get to as well.
Okay. Brother Nigel, what going on? Nana have a little thing I go on with our daughter today where our daughter is graduating today. Prom, sorry.
Oh, prom.
Yeah, daughter do prom.
I'm on the road at all.
Yeah. But have my brother and sister in waiting. So I said I'll do, and if you come over and have any questions or anything that we need to deal with, we can deal with it. They are multitask. Boy, I'm proud of myself. My master everything, gentlemen. Yeah, man. I'm not totally master, but my master several of the things. I said someone, the doctor called me today and said, Russ G, because on the application form we put out what we want master. You remember that, right? I don't know for no yeah, a lot of I am grading because say we have to put the master on when you're not ID and then sitting there come back again and a regular ID, my lad. On a done version of thing,
Well, if you notice, I had put up two particular things, which was the Saturday class with Nana and the Thursday class. But if you pay attention, when we said to you, say, them all of the class, them intertwine. You can't do one without the other, really. And that we realize. Ask Brother Tyrone, and the same thing he said to me when me and him talk about it when we start going at everything. The health tying with the spirituality, and the spirituality tying with everything when you talk about paperwork and everything else. It tying together.
Yeah, but as I said, everything tying, but suppose you see to all the things set up, you have I would love to master one, if it's even one area. I can remember we're gonna talk about a whole heap of people and then we're gonna test my brain. But you see they come on to a certain area where we choose, my lord, that's so we're gonna be powerful. So that's why I mean put it where me can't talk to you upon everything pertaining to my sovereignty. But you see they come to herbs, you can't tell me nothing. I'm a master everything in that. Zayn, we can't tell everything about my sovereignty, but when it come on to my spirituality, you can't tell me nothing about food. You keep me over, my master a certain thing. And that me want the man them to do. So to the doctor said, boy, the reason why she come now, she want master how to use her documents. And you don't know, my lad. Yeah, that's a master when you learn to do your document. Go ahead.
But that's what I said to you originally. That's why I picked the Saturday class and the Thursday class, because I need to master how to use the documents them and master the juridical side of it. So anytime any one of them come in front of me can talk for all 20 people and say, no, no, touch nobody else.
No.
That's the reason why I wanted to master that.
Well, the class allow you to partake in the fullness, you know. So I think we have a win-win for those who come and, you know, they made us a thing. Say, boy, I want to learn how to do my documents. Come and tell the man them learn how to do all manner of things, even cook some good food. Because a whole heap we need to cook some, a whole heap of things we learn in the class where my lad we never did have pot down, you know, king.
All right. Me can't tell anybody. Me did already upon the herbal side of cooking and thing. But like the jackfruit seed them or certain things, me never know so we could I do all of them things with the jackfruit seed.
Yes, I am.
Me know about parch them because that remember when I was a little bit. You understand me? But the rest of the other things that when I learn, me never know so we could I do all of them other things. So it's a very good class.
Yeah,
That's why I said everything intertwined. Because it don't make no sense. Like you say, we get to documents them, but the whole of we sick, we can't do nothing. Because you're sick, you're not eat the right and proper food. Your spirituality so down, you can't pick up yourself for go do something. Like no, it all intertwined to me.
Yeah. Everything is everything, my lord.
All intertwined to me.
Everything work for the better, because even some of them herbs that we not get, my lord, we never know how powerful them is. If we not communicate and talk with each other, you know, my lord, holy but me might swear me know everything, you know, I keep. Go ahead.
By the way, me have some trumpet in another box there, Jamaica, you know.
Yeah, you send the list, come give me. Zane. So I think I need to set up that thing with, because this is not Snagapus sending his product. It's going to be Snagapus sending a box or telling us how him get him thing through. Now, because of how Snagapus registers a herbalist, them can't stop him thing, you see me?
I got you.
Yeah, I want him work on the level, so okay, you can get your bush them, you see me?
Yeah, man, because my cousin linked me this morning to Wagwan, because I tell him a couple of days. I tell him, say, give him about 3 days and me link him back. That's from Monday to that Saturday. So the 3 days done come and pass already.
Yeah, well, let me put some speed up on it. Me invite Snaga to our gathering tomorrow, you know. Yeah. Me have back one thing me want we revise back together again, you know, because this thing we watch there with Lana and the woman and the 8 years. I think I whole heap of gems tonight. Watch it 3.
Oh, that's a baby?
Yeah. About 3 times I watch it already, but me like she have a whole heap of gems tonight through down there.
Me not get to watch it back yet, cause all of this whole weekend with the work and thing, and them have the grandkids them at the house.
All right,
So me know same.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
We
go
have
ahead,
39 minutes tonight. I'm going to play it in the class to the safe. We can marinate it a bit and pick out some of the gems.
Why not?
Yes, I.
Why not?
Have a whole heap of thing. All right, hold it out.
Things like that need to watch more than once.
Yeah, man. And when you watch it in our group settings, it give a whole heap of understanding. Because remember, say, I minds them come together, you know. So,
you can break it down and look at it differently. Because people gonna see somebody going to look at it a different way. Boy, man, I tell you, the people are out here with the drugs, boy. And then they get to them up certain ways. No, the damn car, man. Act like you can't move.
Yeah. Sorry about that. My phone is where I jump on because I can't take no form of setback. So I asked you to restore the page them. And now I restore it. All right. Everybody
Here said we right.
Yeah, Rascal, I still hearing you.
hold on, brothers and sisters. Let me
Greetings. What happened to the volume?
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. You hearing me? Oh.
You know, somebody there said, if you not hear me and all the time, I never add myself to the stage. Jesus Christ. Yo, me can't take the caveman. Me know so we have something in our still come up. Me the fan. Yeah, hear me? Yeah, hear me? And Christian I say, you hear me? I say, yeah, hear me. I never do something add myself to the stage. Anyway, I never did add myself to the stage. Grand Rising too, who's just joining us, Brother Earl, Crystal, Brother Danny from across the pond. We were here talking just with each other because Nana Chanel, her daughter, is having her prom today and she is putting her together. So she asked us to just accept her absence for today, but she will make it up to us. I was trying to get Willie because Willie have reached out to me, but as we were talking, how we are approaching and deciphering our teaching methods is different than how Willie is applying it. We are applying it for results, and we need to do the same with Willie. So in the meantime, between time, I figure more or less that this piece of BB machine that we get about the strawman was such of interest. I don't know who have gone ahead, start to dissect it again. I have dissected 2 times already and I am still learning. If there is no objection, I would gladly use 39 minutes of our class today to revisit this brilliant piece of material that was taught in the classroom on Thursday as a joint thing, if you don't mind. If you don't want to stay in the class because you figure more or less that you have sup up enough of it, I can't hold you. But I do say that there's a lot of things in this video that we can reassess and learn from. Can I go ahead and play this 39 minutes video again for us to revise over?
Yeah, man, run it, Rascal, run it.
All right. Any naysayer? No. Crystal, any nay? Crystal look like she said, boy, go over it again.
Go on, man. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah, listen me. We
No
can
say
never
nothing, run it.
No say
listen me. We
nothing.
can never. All right, all right. Yeah, dealing with it. Okay, here we go.
Phoebe, talk to us about the straw man. What exactly is the straw man?
The straw man is your name written in block letters. Very simple. It was done at birth. What the government did, or the corporations now, not government, what they did is they took your birth certificate and made a second birth certificate with a trust, a CISTI QV trust. They made it in all block letters. And for them to interact with you, they have to interact with you as a fiction, because they're all corporations. Corporation cannot interact with real people. So they made a straw man. They call it a straw man because it has no soul and is spiritually dead.
So let's break this down. You're born in the hospital room. A certificate of live birth is issued.
What happens is that she has to register the child's birth. She has to go to the registration office and register. If she does not register, she will be taken to court according to what the law is saying. They take the birth certificate that she registered as an informant then that she has the child, and they made a duplicate in all block letters. She didn't, they did.
So they've turned the living child now into a trust,
fiction.
into a fiction.
Trust, yes.
Which has a certain value allocated to it.
Value, yes. Millions of dollars or pounds.
And that trust, let's call it a bond, because that effectively becomes traded thereafter.
Yes, it becomes warehouse bond for money.
So every human being that has been registered to the state or the crown by the mother ends up becoming some kind of a bond that is traded on the stock market.
Yes.
Without you ever knowing it.
Yes, without disclosing. And this is happening since the early 1900s. What they've done is really fraud, because they're fraudulently taking your child's birth certificate and make it into a dead entity. The dead entity birth certificate is making billions of pounds or dollars, depends on which country you're in. So your straw man is considered a dead entity, and the corporation can interact with it. If you have to go to court, it's not going to be in your real name because they don't have it. All they have is the dead entity, and they interact with that.
So who is reaping the rewards of the value of your bond as it's being traded?
I would say the Federal Reserve, which belongs to the royal family, and the HMRC, IRS, these are the people where your money goes once you are registered. The mother registered you, that's where the money goes, to them. Okay, let's talk about the difference between your signature and your autograph. Okay, a signature is under the UCC, which is the fiction, the straw man. Your autograph is the real person. So if you go up to a movie star and says, "Can I have your autograph?" You never say, "Can I have your signature?" It's always autograph because you have flesh and blood. Signature is what you're signing every time they can go into your account and take money.
And every time you do sign a piece of paper, you can bet that that signature of yours is being monetized, securitized.
It is. By the banks, by everybody that you, wherever you sign, credit cards, everything that you sign, they're getting funds off your trust fund from that birth certificate.
Okay, so fees and all sorts of things and invisible costs are being discharged against your birth bond in that sense?
Yes.
Without you ever knowing about it?
Without you ever knowing about it, yes. It was never disclosed to you. All the stuff was done without disclosing, And it's deception, it's fraud, and it's happening every day to everyone that's outside the inner circle.
Okay, let's talk about the court system, because invariably your signatures lead you into a courtroom at some point, whether it's for, and under the aegis of the court system, whether it's a marriage, a birth, a death, a registration of land, whatever. So we understand a little about the distinction between the signature and the autograph. What exactly is a court of law?
Well, at the moment, we don't have a court of law. We have a color of law, which is fiction. So when you go into a court system here or America, you walk into a system where there is no law. So it is lawless. So when you go in there and you speak to somebody doing business as a judge, there is no judge. You could ask the judge to see his oath. He doesn't have one.
He's a cashier.
Yeah, he's a banker.
A banker.
Yes. So when you sign any papers in the court, that's when he gets paid out of your 60 QV trust on your birth certificate. That's where he gets the money. If you go into the court, you still lose because it is not a court of law for you.
In a situation like that, when should you use your signature and sign something, and when shouldn't you?
There's a special way of, under the UCC, we go back to that, there's a special way of signing without responsibility for your signature. So that if you sign in the special way according to the UCC, you're not responsible for anything that's on the paper.
Okay. Now, for the layman, describe UCC. What are we talking about?
Okay.
What is the UCC?
The UCC is a set of codes that was set up over 100 years ago by lawyers. And with the Uniform Commercial Code comes contract law. It's all to do with contract. So we are not under any law. We're just under contract. Someone could call you up and says, oh, would you like the contract with me to get TV license or to get something that you need? And you contract. Telephone, everything is contract, everything. And under the UCC, you do not have to sign. A stamped signature or a typed up signature is considered sign under the UCC. So when you get a letter in the mail and it has no signature, or it just have a stamped signature, then it is considered sign. The UCC is very, very important for people to learn about what's going on with their lives, because we are on the contract law, no other law. There is no law at all. In America, the court system is operated under military. When you walk into a courtroom, I don't care which courtroom, if it's a higher court or a lower court, they're under the military. Now you're walking in there and you're not a military member, and you're not told that you've been tried under the military. If you mention the Constitution, the judge says it does not apply in my courtroom. But you don't know what he's saying because you don't know what they're doing to you when you're there.
And all of that language is designed to confuse the hell out of you.
Yes, it's designed under the UCC, and they know. They know what they're doing, and they know how to manipulate you.
So you're saying all judges are very schooled and versed in UCC?
Yes.
They're taken to special training
Yes.
schools in order to learn this?
Yeah, the president appoints all the federal judges in America. And they go to Scottsdale, Arizona and Reno, Nevada to train how to apply this fraud contract in the courtroom.
And in the United Kingdom?
The United Kingdom, majority of the judges here in the United Kingdom are not judges. They're just doing business. They might be a retired lawyer. They're doing business as judge.
And so-called judges in Malawi and in Canada?
All of them, exactly the same system. They're under the UCC.
Okay, I want to talk about some mundane issues. Who owns your car?
The DVLA in England.
In the United Kingdom?
Yes. Department of
Vehicle
Licensing
right.
Agency.
Okay.
Yes. Well, the DVLA owns the car. It tells you on your registration, you are not the owner. You are just the registered keeper. Now, if you look up registered keeper, it says a person who is responsible for taking care of the vehicle pay the taxes, pay the license, pay the insurance, and take care of it. But the DVLA could take it from you anytime they feel like, crush it. They could clamp it.
Because once you've registered it, you've handed it over to the Crown of the state.
That's right, yes.
It's no longer yours.
It's not yours, never.
So again, when you buy a car, you are invited to defraud yourself by then handing it over to the Crown of the state unwittingly.
Yes, because it's fraud, and they're committing this fraud, and they're not letting you know what they're doing. They make millions, hundreds of millions. The highway belongs to us. It says you have to pay to drive on the road. You don't. The DVLA is just a corporation set up by the Crown. All these corporations are set up by the Crown. The HMRC, the DVLA, they all do the same thing. So if you look carefully at your registration, it tells you right there.
And in the United States of America, it's not the DVLA. What's the equivalent?
It's the Department of Motor Vehicles.
And again, they invite you to register the vehicle to them.
Yes.
They become the owner.
They become the owner. The only reason to have a license when you drive a car is if you're doing taxi service or doing it for business. But if you're driving for your personal use, going to work, going to the market, take your family out, going on vacation, that you don't require a license.
There is no law that requires
No.
you. You can move about the surface of the earth unmolested.
Yes.
That's law.
That is the law. Yes, that is the law. But that's not what they're
But
telling
these
you.
fictions, these costumes, these people wielding batons and guns and tasers, they've somehow been given license by the government to apprehend you, arbitrarily stop and search you, terrorize you, rip you out of your vehicle. Who gave the traffic enforcement officers the right to stop and apprehend people going about their God-given business?
The corporations that they're under. The police are not constables. And the Queen took an oath to represent the sovereign people, which she's not doing. She's now a corporation herself. So the police is under corporate. They're not constables. Constables are the people who that beats the street and get to know your neighborhood and speak to the people.
Keeps the peace.
Keeps the peace, yes. But they're not constables. They're corporate police. If you call a police officer and you know whose side they're on, if you call a police officer and a bailiff is at your door, they will tell you they cannot come because it's a civil matter. But if the bailiff calls them, they will come. That means that they're not working for you, period.
They're working for the parent corporation.
They're working for the corporation, yes. They're corporate police.
How many of the police do you think know this and understand this distinction?
I think 90%.
Do you really?
I do.
In the United States and
And here, yes. Yes, 90% of the police know they're corporate police.
But surely then they understand that they are in serious breach of their foundational oath. And they should thereby surely understand that the Queen of England is in serious breach of her coronation oath, which requires her to intervene if her parliament or government is conducting any cruel and unusual punishments against the people. And it's my understanding that being stopped going about your business in the street and dragged out of your vehicle and beaten with a baton for whatever reason, that to me, by definition, is cruel and unusual punishment.
Okay, but they're given that permission to do that by the corporation they're in. They are given. If they were not given that permission, they could not have done that. They could not drag you out of your car or molest you or take you to the station for no reason.
But it's not a law that gives them the right. It's a statute. It's a technocratic words on paper, statutes that have allowed them contractually to go ahead and beat the citizenry, right?
Okay, yes.
But it's not lawful.
No, it's not.
It's entirely
not.
unlawful.
It's legal and it's fraudulent activities, and they're being backed up by their corporate headquarters. So you cannot win because there's always somebody there to protect them, and they know that.
So let's drill down into this. A policeman is there and should be able to respond to a living soul doing injury against another living soul. If they witness that, they have every right to intervene. In the same way that you and I can conduct a citizen's arrest. If we see that somebody's being harmed, we should step in and try to intervene. But that's really as far as it goes. They have no business trying to commercialize human beings and penalize us for walking across streets or for not stopping at an amber light or whatever. All of that stuff is just nonsense dreamt up by the corporation.
It is.
Right.
Yes, it is. It's all fraud. Everything they do. And that's why they're giving the opportunity to do this to the sovereign people, because the sovereign people are ignorant of the Uniform Commercial Code and contract law and how these people operate. They go into the court and they do the same thing. You tell them, don't go, even if you don't go into the court, they still fine you for the same thing as if you go into the court. But if you go into the court and the police takes you there, then you never win unless you know the law. And they know that you do not know the contract law and that you're under contract and you're walking into a trap. You go in there and the police or whoever is going in there with you, it's always, they're the ones who win. You never win. Let's, for instance, say you're driving down the street, you have not hurt anyone, and you got stopped by the police. And the police breathalyze you and says, I have to take you in or I have to fine you. Or both of those. Who did you hurt? Who did you hurt? Who are you going to be paying this money to? You didn't hurt anyone.
There's no victim.
There's no victim. You have to be a victim under the common law.
For there to be a crime.
For there to be a crime.
It's as simple as that.
It is as simple as that, because to give you a ticket or to book you and take you to the station, who did you hurt? There is no one that you have hurt.
That's just a commercial penalty.
It is a commercial penalty.
Okay, so we're getting the picture here that the court systems, the justice system, the policing system, all of these systems are designed to commercialize human beings, harvest them monetarily.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Very, very little of that expenditure, that energy goes towards keeping the peace.
Oh, none of it goes towards
None.
keeping the peace. They don't keep the peace. All they do is they create the problem and then they find the solution.
And then sell you that solution.
Yes.
And then penalize you if you don't accept the solution.
That's right.
Right. Sounds like a very rigged casino to me, rotten to the core.
It is.
And it seems to me that the average human being would, if they understood this, would utterly reject this system.
Of course.
If they understood it.
Of course.
But of course, most people are completely indentured to it,
yes.
are mind controlled,
Yes.
reading the newspapers, watching the television, and repeating verbatim the bullshit that's taught to them.
Yes.
So the truth is, it seems to me that human beings are not predisposed toward hurting one another. We don't enjoy going to war.
No.
We don't enjoy
No.
hurting each other.
Yes.
In the main, most people get along and just want to get along.
Of course.
But the systems conspire
yes.
with a model of scarcity economics and drive war and disease and poverty.
Of course. That's the only way they can make money. When this prime minister said she's going to give 300 billion to the common market, where do you think she's getting the money? Not from your wages that you pay taxes on. That's a different set of money. She gets it from your trust fund, from your birth certificate. That's where they get the money to build the roads and do everything you could think of.
So they're discharging billions and billions and billions of dollars against our birth bonds without
Yes.
ever disclosing that to us,
Of course.
without there ever being an audit or any accounting for it.
Of course, because nobody's asking.
Right.
And even if you do ask, they give you a hard time to tell you about it.
So if you try to go and discover your own birth bond, let's call it that, and you try to discover the true value, how does one go about doing that?
You apply to the Federal Reserve for it. There's forms that you can fill in, and you can, once you find the bonds and the serial numbers, you can get it from the Federal Reserve because they have it.
And you can then discover the value of your bond?
Of course.
And the average, let's say, 50-year-old in the United States would be worth what?
A 50-year-old in the United States, it could be worth hundreds of millions. But one comment, if you go on the website and you put in your birth certificate number, and it comes up only one, you have hundreds of thousands of people are trading on it.
Right.
That's only one that you know of.
I think what I'm getting at is, what do you think it would be the median value of the average 50-year-old by the time they turn 50 in the United States? What is being traded
I would
in
say,
their name?
maybe $1 billion, over $1 billion.
Right.
has been traded.
Okay.
Because when I checked, on one of my numbers is over 283,000 people are trading on it. Can you imagine how much money that is?
So when we hear that the US has a debt of $23 trillion or whatever it is, that fictitious money was all pumped out of the air, but effectively it was discharged against the value of the people.
Yes.
Right. So that's where the fiction emerges.
Yes.
And it becomes this huge imbalance that no one quite understands. How on earth do we get that much money?
They just made it up as they go along and tell us what they want to tell us.
Yes, but they'll validate the making up of that money by, on paper, discharging it against the value of the citizenry.
And the citizens' gold, our sovereign gold. We have gold. For every pound that if you weigh 8 pounds at birth, you have 8 pounds of gold set aside for you.
Assigned to you by whom?
By the Crown.
In England?
Yes.
And in the United States?
Yes.
By the Treasury?
Yes.
And
because the United States is owned by the Crown.
let's okay. So let's say there's 200 odd nations of the world. There's hundreds and hundreds of small island states, but there's about 200 nation states, big nation states. They are all of them a franchise of the Anglo-American Corporation.
Yes.
Let's call it that.
Yes.
And that the Anglo-American Corporation is an extension of the British Crown.
Crown, yes.
And the British Crown is collateralized by what, or backed by what?
Gold. And by the people. The hundreds of millions of people. The British Empire has just went on the ground. It's still there.
Controls the Bank of International Settlements,
yes.
controls all the reserve banks around the world and so on.
Yes.
Correct. So at what point do you believe the world sees through this grotesque fiction and then addresses the source code and then writes it?
I think if people get to know what the UCC and the contract law does, and your straw man is your main problem. Once you can control your straw man and it is yours and not theirs anymore, then you're in the right path.
This is beautiful what you just said. You're talking about reclaiming the fiction that was established, the false light.
Yes.
Reclaiming the false light that was established in your name, given your identity, so to speak, at birth, without your knowledge.
Yes.
You're talking about us needing to reclaim that false light and step into ourselves, our true selves, as a people of the world, in order to reclaim reality from the fiction.
Yes.
That's powerful.
Yes, it is. And that's what I think everyone needs to do. All the sovereign people that's in poverty and whatever they put us in, that's what we need to do. We need to reclaim that, what they are making money on. That is ours. Then you wouldn't have wars. You wouldn't have people fighting for money. You wouldn't have poor people. Everybody will be okay. Everybody. But they do not want you to. If you do that, that will break down their system, and they do not want that. So once you know, you need to get into it, and you need to start reclaiming your straw man. It is yours.
Now, Bibi, you learned all of this the hard way. You were sitting in your office in the United States running a very successful real estate business a number of years ago. Very successful, selling 20 to 30 properties every month.
Yes.
You had a lot of your own properties. You were living there with your family.
Yes.
Life was good.
Yes.
And into your office walked a corrupt policeman and an IRS agent.
Yes.
And these gentlemen effectively put you on the spot, told you that there was one of your clients that you were selling a house to was a drug dealer.
Yes.
And which you had no idea.
Yes.
How would you know? And they effectively then tried to pin this a crime onto you by suggesting that you were effectively receiving laundered funds.
Yes.
And out of the blue, your life turned into some grotesque horror story.
Yes.
You were dragged into court, and the next thing, you were put in prison for 8 years.
Yes.
Your life destroyed.
Yes.
And that was where you learned law. Tell us about this.
Well, when I went to trial, and I I thought, well, how could they do this? I have shown for 10 years my bank statements, so they see that I had no money was laundered by me. The gentleman I sold the property to brought $5,000 of his own money, and he got a loan from the bank for the difference. And the bank loan officer testified at my trial, but I ended up in prison. And I wondered how they did it. I thought, well, there has to be something that I've missed. I saw in the courtroom what was displayed. It was all acting, like everybody, like we were in a theater, and they were acting, and I was a victim.
Role playing.
Yes, the lawyers, the prosecutor, they were all. My lawyer guaranteed my freedom, and I got sentenced to 8 years. Now, when I got locked up, my main aim was to find out how I end up there without doing, and I had over $1 million of real estate paid for, money in the bank. My children finished university. We were in a very comfortable, very hardworking family, very comfortable position. And I thought, no, it has to be something wrong, something they did that I couldn't see. And for every single day, for 7 years, I learned every single day. Christmas, birthdays, every day.
You studied.
I studied.
You studied law.
Yes.
And you understand that you came to understand the highest expression of law, this UCC law.
Yes. And what they're doing and how they could get you in there and how they could lie, how they commit fraud. And they all thought they were all laughing if I was found guilty, like, well, they get paid, you see. I did lots of money. I didn't know at the time. And these people, I was in the prison, and there were hundreds of women that were there that was in the same position as I was.
They were tricked into the system.
Yes, they didn't do anything.
And then once they're in prison, they're having a prison bond issued.
Oh, yes.
And then their prison bond is traded on the stock market,
Yes.
making huge amounts of money.
With their numbers, yeah.
And they're relegated to becoming slave workers.
Yes.
And no one's told this.
No, they get 12 cents per day. The food that was served in the kitchen was from the Gulf War. Cans of meat and all kinds of stuff. And they said the prison is not making any money. And they're telling the people out there that the prisons are losing money, and all these drug dealers and all these people coming into prison, and we don't have enough money. That's a lie.
They're making thousands of dollars a day per prisoner. I know it's at least $3,000 a day.
Yes.
Per prisoner.
But they invest into the prison system, into Unicore.
Prisons for profit.
Prisons for profit.
Disgusting.
And they invest in the prisons, and they make hundreds of billions of dollars. And the prisoners get 12 cents a day, and the food that they feed the prisoners.
Not fit for dogs.
No, it comes from the farms, and they get tax write-off on it. The chicken may be 2-3 months old, and all kinds of stuff. They serve horse meat for beef.
Well, you're about to launch an online workshop and tutorials through the Newark University, teaching UCC and explaining to people from around the world how they can navigate their situation, whatever their situation may be, because all of us are facing penalties and cruel and unusual punishments.
Yeah.
But let's discuss something as mundane as a parking ticket, okay? Something everybody understands. What are the do's and don'ts? You've just gone back to your vehicle and there's a parking ticket on it.
These parking tickets are a contract. You do not have a contract with your council. They put a ticket on there. There's no contract, so you don't have to pay that ticket.
So what are your steps?
You send the ticket back to them.
No contract.
And you tell them no contract. They have to produce a contract where you sign to say that if you park somewhere that you're not supposed to, you will have to pay the ticket. I remember someone showing me a ticket not so long ago, and the ticket had a CEO. It says CEO on the ticket and a signature.
CEO?
Yes.
Chief Executive Officer?
Yes. So I sent the ticket back to the CEO, and I asked him, when was he there at 8 o'clock at night putting tickets on the cars. It just goes to show that people do not look at their tickets either because they don't know. And it's very sad because a parking ticket, why should you have to pay for parking when you own the roads? We owned it. We own everything.
So you've sent your parking ticket back with no contract on it. What are the next steps that they're likely to take?
They would write to you and said you have to pay. If you pay within a certain time, it's only half. You have to pay half of the fine.
What's your response?
My response is I don't have to pay any because I don't have a contract with you.
So again, you ask them, show me the contract.
Yeah. I send them a letter and I ask them, I said, okay, the person that you addressed in this letter is spiritually dead and have no soul, which is your straw man.
The straw man.
Yes. And I said that I had not given you permission to use it to make money. And there's a fine behind this of £250,000 every time you use it. They refused to answer. So I sent them, the following letter was the default letter. I says, you're now in default for not responding because that's what they're going to do to you.
So you played law against them?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. So when I sent them that, 5 days later, I received a letter stating that the account is closed and I do not owe.
Very good. Thank you for that. Well, that's rather straightforward. Let's discuss mortgages because this is the bane of most people's existence, is needing to secure their home. Everyone has the right to a home in this world. And mortgages, I mean, what's the etymology of mortgage in the first instance? Death grip, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is.
Mortgage means death grip in French.
Well, the mortgage is what they do is just a front. Because the minute you miss a payment, when you get a mortgage from the bank, they're after you. The first time you miss a payment, it goes straight into the insurance company that the mortgage company have.
And they want you to miss a payment.
And they want you to miss a payment because they don't lend you money.
But let's go back. Your house is, let's say, worth $100,000. Now, when you apply for a mortgage, they don't have the $100,000. But you come along with your block black capital signature, you sign the application, they then monetize your signature by having $100,000 worth of your value discharged against your treasury bond.
Yes.
That money they then lend to you and they double dip because they then get you to pay that money back plus interest.
What they do is they don't lend you that. They don't lend you anything. You fill up your papers and you sign. The signature is what they want. Then they tell you, okay, you have to be a good boy and you have to be good credit and you can borrow from me. So they lend you a piece of paper that you sign with very fine writing in the back. That's where the legalese comes in because that's what they do. Then you sign it, signature. They take that and they tell you, okay, the funds will be ready in 2 to 3 days to come back. The following day with the signature, they go into your trust fund and they get paid the $100,000. They never disclose to you that, okay, we got paid, so the house is now yours. No, they come back when you go in the third day, they've already got their money. They say to you, okay, this is the agreement. You pay so much every month, the interest rate, all that you've already signed for. So now they put the $100,000 on the computer screen for you so you can finish your house closing. Now that $100,000 is just numbers. It is not money because they all own the banks. So there's no money pass, no cash, just paper. But they have your $100,000 already. If you don't pay, they take the house. They don't want nothing. They want the property because the money is just paper. It has no value. So the property has value, so they take the property.
So let's talk about allodium title. What is allodium title? Why is it so important?
Okay, allodium title is important because you do not own the land. They tell you it's freehold, but it's not freehold. The land is owned by the Crown. All the land in England.
I'm a farmer in Minnesota, and you're saying that my land is owned by the Queen.
Yes.
I'm a farmer in Mozambique.
Your land is owned by the Queen.
The Queen of England.
The Queen of England. She owns all the land. So what happens is you own that piece of brick that's sitting on it that they call freehold or your house. You own that. You don't own the land. So the land, the allodium title is to own your land. So you can put a sign up and says no trespassing, private property. When you put that sign up, you have to own the land, because owning the house doesn't mean anything. It's the land they want. See, the bank takes the house, which is part of the crown, and the crown owns the land. That's how it works. And you don't own anything.
Ever.
Ever. You are just a mere user.
So long as you are acting as your straw man. Now, when we reclaim ourselves from this fiction, and we do it as a people, many of us do it.
Yeah.
What then do you see? How do you see the dissolution of government, the dissolution of this behemoth, this Molochite monster that has taken over our lives, indentured us into bonded slavery all around the world, 7 billion souls, owned and controlled, indentured to a couple of hundred national reserve banks themselves, indentured into the Bank of International Settlements, that controlled through the US Treasury, the Federal Reserve, the IFC, the IMF, the World Bank, and so on, back to the Crown of England, and behind that, the Vatican. So all of that grotesquerie, that fiction, when do you see us as a people of the world reclaiming real reality from that fiction? And how is that likely to play out?
I think if people get to know and they come together, it doesn't take hundreds of millions. 1 million sovereigns get together can make a hell of a lot of difference, because the word spreads from one to the other. And once people get to know that this is what has been done to them, it's going to be like wildfire. Once people get to know the law, what they're under, and what they're doing to them, and how they're making. You see, they make things to distract you, like the news and all this fake, all this stuff, television, and this is what they do. So once people can get together, if 100 people go to the bank and all keep taking out £100, before the end of the day, the bank will close. It's very simple if people get to understand what's going on. And it would be good for them to know, because we need to stop this. We need to stop what they're doing to people, hurting people for no reason, put people in poverty.
And by they, we're talking about the parent corporation.
The parent corporation,
The
yes.
banks and governments and justice systems all working to penalize and harvest humanity.
Yeah, they're in bed together, everybody. They said, if they send you to the Citizens Advice Bureau, don't even bother to go, because they're working too with them. Everybody they have in their pocket. And it's very sad, because people will do things to other people for very little money.
Are you hopeful for humanity?
I am, very much so.
Bibi Bacchus, thank you. I love you. I do love you.
All right. Everybody is well induced in what that is. I think this as a reminder as to our straw man was very, very hold on. Sorry. It was very, very it was a confirmation as to the part that we're on. And when I watch it, I try to take from it more information that will make me be more efficient when I'm talking about my documents, when I'm applying my documents, and how confident I need to be when I'm applying it. I see. You know that we've been having. I never know that Sister Lana would come back in today. I thought she was busy. But Nish, there's a lot of things. I hope you're not driving now, Nish. Are you? because we need to chat more. Everybody's hearing me, right?
Yes. Question. I've asked this question already. I keep forgetting. What is the code that we write after our signature or autograph? What is it again?
If it's under duress, I think it's 181.
181. I need to
And I
write.
think if it's you put your ARR also.
It's UCC 1308.
Thank you. Sorry, teacher. UCC. Let me write it.
Dash 308.
Lana, when are you going to? You say you're going to teach a class on the UCC, right?
Say that again.
You say you're going to teach a class on the UCC one of these nights with us, right?
I'm still learning as it goes, to be honest. UCC is quite vast and technical, but as I said, there's a video I can play, but it cannot be shown on YouTube because it's one of her classes.
Yeah? Okay. When it comes on to the UCC, do you think that if we do it in a unified manner, we may learn more? Like we could read through some of the rights and then dissect these rights as to how to apply. Do you think that it would give us a bit more sharpening if we do it as a collective team?
Sorry, Raska, that I was disturbed with another call. Could you repeat that question again, please? Sorry.
Do you think that we could read through the UCC?
Yes,
in some part of it collectively?
Yes, we can. I was thinking about that for the next class we have. Either we play the video and everybody go through it again, and apparently the video is 3 hours long, so we're gonna have to break it up in segments. Yes. Another thing is that we can go through the PDF book, and we can go through it together collectively and dissect it from there. How does that sound, everyone?
Yep. As long as we are walking away with substance, I think that is the core of us gathering. And when Nish asked that question last night about how best to package this, so we're not trying to make anyone be afraid of us or think of us as not necessary, because we know we are a necessary group of brothers and sisters. Nyankopong, I am looking as best how to package it where people can feel comfortable. And it's not my comfort, it's your comfort. And I want brothers and sisters who have ideas as to how best to soften the blow, to make those knowledge available.
Can I ask a question, Raskadites?
Sure.
With all these classes that we're having, and this relates to everybody, what is your end time goal with regards to what we're doing? What is I know my end time goal. I would like everybody to answer that.
All right. You want
basically mastering as much as I can, to be honest, Lorna, because my thing was I fill up for 2 classes actually. The Saturday day class, which is more on the judicial side, and the Thursday class, which basically learning how to use your paperwork. And that's the 2 that I want to master first before moving on. But then, like I was saying to Raskadites, I realized that everything kind of intertwined: the health, the spiritual side, and the judicial, and everything. It all intertwined. But at the same time, I'm still trying to master the 2 first. Like you said, try to get 2 master first, and then move along and do the rest.
I think what Lorna is asking is, Sister Lorna is saying, is there an end to this process? I believe it's not about an end to the process, but how comfortable are you with your estate? Say, for instance, the idea alone makes you feel comfortable. Go talk to Mr. Nibble and say, yo, see me idea, and all of that. Hey, that's your finalization. We know that this process is not just getting the ID. It's about applying the ID, knowing how to apply the ID, and then then the interaction with the state, because your estate that you have has to be taken for. My end goal to this, one of my end goal to this in a short term manner with now in the next 6 months, is to discharge my estate debts by myself. And that's why we're studying the trust part of it, to set up certain things that we can do for ourselves, because it's possible. You know, others may go ahead.
And to be in a position to master it and be in a position that I can be a consultant or assist other persons that I am helping.
Thank you.
Hi, Raskadites. Grand Rising, everybody.
Grand Rising.
How are you?
I'm all
very
right.
well, thank you. Oh, good, not answering at the same time.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, just following on from what my auntie Lorna said, right, about everyone, if everyone's got a goal. The reason why she's asking that question is because it's such a multifaceted thing that you're running, and it has many elements and many components. And it's easy to become overwhelmed and try and do everything at the same time and juggle, and time and everything, and then living day to day. So what my auntie is really going for, what she's saying is, do you have a goal in mind? And does everyone have a goal in mind of the first thing they want to work towards and conquer and accomplish before moving on to the next thing? And are we doing this individually or collectively in this group? Is where she's going with it, really. That way you have a better vision of direction. Do you get what I mean? Collectively and personally.
Well, I did offer your aunt for a long while. She's been walking, but she did not have all the necessary. Now, there's a form out there, an enrollment form that I put in the group. I don't know if Auntie has shown it to you, but Sister Lorna, you must have seen it, where, as Kareem said, it gives you the options to be here every single night. But if there's two things in particular, or one thing in particular, that you believe that you need to capitalize on, you make a tick of it and you make yourself available for that class. Now, the uniqueness about this is it's a collective move, because you can get a card in your hand, but if you have some illness, you have a dead left a card, it don't make sense. It helps and intertwined with each other. But the choice for you to not get confused is there on the form, where you tick which one of these classes you want to mastering, and then you move forward. So you're not confused. Is that suitable?
No, that makes perfect sense. I wasn't even confused. I was just really clarifying my auntie's question, really, for all those listening, and for yourself to get her perspective on where she was coming from, really. Because if she's asking that question, is this obviously she wants to add value and help?
Yes.
So that's all it is, really. So I was just clarifying, really.
Right, because my end time goal is I am mastering my estates per se. I don't want to go into too much in details. I am currently mastering my estate. I'm going to give you one thing. I've got about 3 claims out where I've mastered my claims, whereas I've taken control. So the courts has to adhere to what I've told them. That's how far I am. Yeah.
Good. Well, I trust, and as I said to you this morning, Sister Lorna, that I reached out because I feel that inclination to reach out to you, to let you impart some of the knowledge that you have. My concern is from Nisha talked to me last night. I feel there's more to Nisha than her just coming on board, and I'd love to get to know her.
Oh yes, for sure. That is my little powerhouse there.
Yo, me say, from she utter her voice last night, I'm mad for calling, and that's one of the reasons why I called you.
I feel it too, Rascalites. I feel it too.
Yo, so I think there's a lot when Nisha brings to the table, but she's feeling it. I love the fact how she's doing her detective work. We're gonna do our work because I feel the energy.
Thank you, appreciate it, Russ, but I don't know nothing. My cup's ever empty, and I'd stay that way because you have to always be in a position to learn. You can't know everything.
If your cup empty, my own crack, it's a leak. At least you have a solid vessel. So no matter
Fill my cup, Lord.
All
I
right,
lift
man.
it up, Lord. Grand rising.
Oh,
Grand
Jesus.
rising.
Grand rising. Grand rising.
Grand rising, Angela.
Grand Rising.
Yeah. Angela, you come a class late, you know, Angela. With that going stay in the classroom long, say, you know.
Hello, me I look for the link long time. I believe me after 7 minutes, sit up, me say look like nothing now. Go
It
on.
was
So
there.
me just come off I train.
My
Just come off I train. Let me check again and me see.
my
No.
my apology. It is tape and it's inside the classroom. I'm going to put it in the classroom. It's approximately 60 minutes after. We have to send out this link for tomorrow recruiting.
Yes,
And
please.
slap up on it. Yes, right now. And then we move forward. I just have to change the data and send it come. Sometimes people get multitasking. But I wanted to be here today in our
what
class. I
time
don't
does
believe
the
in making excuse,
Rascalites?
even if I can.
What
So,
time does
any more interaction? I think that tape that we watch
Can
once
you hear
again.
me, Rascalites? Can nobody hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I hear you.
What time does the
Loud
class
and
start
clear. Loud and clear.
tomorrow? What time does the class start tomorrow? Well,
5 o'clock full time.
I'm hearing you.
our time, Angela.
Oh,
What
I think
time
it's
our
6
time?
o'clock.
6
6
o'clock.
o'clock.
Okay.
For tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, I need to. I don't want to start much earlier because I have to cook my little food and wash out my clothes them sometime and help in the house with one and two things. I
You're
get
not the only one, my dear. You're not the only one.
so that's why I started at 1. It was at 2. I'm shift it up, and even though we shift it up last week, we went over till almost 7 o'clock because people have so much things they want to unload, and I don't like to not let brothers and sisters, but some of the chief them talk about the dog, the ticks, then talk about how to beat the dog, then talk about how to what all of them things they were necessary. And Crystal warned me last week, say, hey, rats, say if you not do this thing, yeah, just come talk about Nyankopong. We don't want you about yes. So I'll have to
Yeah, so the week
intervene.
before I invite some sorry, the week before one of my friend came on.
Yes.
And when this lady from interject when Gary, I should hear from Amanda was speaking. And she went on so long. My friend came up and said, why is she doing so long? You know, my friend came off the Zoom.
If you just come to scrape up the goodies, you're gonna have to leave because the goodies them come with it's like a needle in a haystack sometimes. Right? And you know want stay up and find the needle. You want the needle, you know, but you don't want digging at the haystack. And what I figure more or less, we find people with substance when we kind of draw them to the core, but which people have things doing, and I have to bear in mind that sometimes you come to this here about, oh, me get the idea, Rusty, to go away with it. But you as a chief,
calm down.
yeah, you as the brothers and sisters who are inviting them, forge a relationship with your brothers and sisters, you know, because curiosity is what gets us across. And once someone asks me about the idea, I make some way to see that they get some information, and I reach out to them. Sometime I'll 2 month them now reach back out. I just go through my books because I keep numbers and names, and I call, hey, what's up? And you'll be like, you know, I was gonna call you, and all of the above, and then we get them back on track. Remember, it's a process.
I'm waiting until Saturday, so today we'll reach out to
Angela,
some people. Yeah.
your mic is near to what you're doing. It's yeah.
My mute her. Angela, you can't grate a coconut while in the class, please. It's unacceptable. All right. Well, hey, we're sovereign. No, right. To tell sovereign how to angle them business. Me apologize, Angela. Come on, one of your duppy come over here come question me. So, we have for tomorrow. And Jano, today as usual, anytime I link up with them brain box here, be a energy, be a future. No matter how weak I feel in my spirit, anytime I come to class, my left hand say, yeah, mission to go out there again. So I'm gonna do this and send it over to the massive. and then we shall have. Remember, also, before I go, the Marcus Garvey Momentum class members, you may not be a part of the planning, but keep your ears close to the chief them and to the classroom, because this can also, you are also a part of this great momentum that we're doing for August 17th globally. I don't think it has ever been so well planned. And I'm happy to know that some of you inside our class, like Sister Lana, will be a part of the formula that we're putting together, so people can take us quite serious. I think Marcus Garvey is a perfect carpet to fly on. Even if they don't like it, they have to come on. Oh, I know Marcus, yes. Even if it's cynical. All right.
Question,
So,
Rascalites.
yes.
Have you made arrangements for the Telegram for everybody to download the Telegram so we can transition over?
Truth be told, I have a Telegram account, and I would love to add everyone to it. I think I have all your contacts, so it's taking the time to add us to that group that I've made.
For those who don't have Telegram, we can share the link to them so they can download it.
Yes, that's why I say once I add you to Telegram, you're going to get an invitation. And when you get an invitation, that's where you accept it and we move forward.
Yeah, but they have to download the Telegram app first before you can
send them an invitation.
Yes,
no,
to download it. Once
yes.
it's been downloaded, then it notifies you of all who's in your contact who has got Telegram. In that way, it will then enable you to add them to the group. So they have to download the app first.
Quite so.
Okay.
I will do just that.
All right.
I promised Brother Michael I would give him some props, because he is doing a great job with his home money making theme. I don't know if any one of you had pay any attention. I'll play it before I leave. It's something that you sign up, and while you're getting your hair wash, money is still making. It's just like that. Voila!
Hello, dear listeners. Today, Michael Carnegie has something special for you. A business opportunity that might just change your life. Imagine working from the comforts of your own home or anywhere in the world with just your laptop, computer, or smartphone. Intrigued? Well, stay tuned, because Michael Carnegie is about to unveil the secrets of an exciting online business. Friends, this isn't your typical business. In fact, it's so unique that you don't sell a single product. Instead, you share the incredible benefits of this opportunity with others, helping them kickstart their journey to passive income. And the best part? It's automated, running 24/7, 365 days a year. So what's the catch? There isn't one. No need to stock inventory, handle shipping, or deal with customer service. Just sit back, relax, and watch your income grow. But how do you get started? That's the easy part. The entire training program is video-based, making it accessible to anyone, regardless of their background or experience. And if you ever find yourself in need of guidance, mentors are there to support you every step of the way. Now you might be wondering, what's the real payoff? Well, here it is. More time with your family. Picture never missing out on your children's important milestones, creating countless memories due to increased travel time, and having the financial freedom to save for retirement and even that dream home. Imagine a life where you're not tied to a 9-to-5 routine, but instead you're in control of your time and your destiny. This is not just a business opportunity, it's a lifestyle change. If you're ready to take the plunge into a world of unlimited potential, where your success is only limited by your ambition, then this online business may just be the game changer you've been waiting for. To learn more and start your journey to financial freedom, visit the website at www.michaelmcarnegie.com. That's www.michaelmcarnegie.com. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
And that is an encouragement. If you can be a cake in your yard, Stop bake it and eat it. Bake it and call Rascadet. Rascadet, we have a number for people who love black cake, you know. I believe in power of self. If you can get up and go work for somebody 6 days or 5 days of the week, you can work for yourself 7 days of the week. I know me do my Jamaican, me do my maroon cooking. Yes. When I just came to the state, them tell me say, oh, I went and I cook and I sold. I traded with my brothers and sisters. So this is Michael. He has an online thing, and him just sign it up, and you go on board, go online, you sign up, put in the necessary, and it give you all of the details as to how to sign. Any little off thing you know how to do, put it into making. Mr. Jacks, if you know, say you fix handbag when you come home after a 9 to 5, turn it into a business. Brother GM, if you know, say you can grow 2 tomato, put it in a business. In ever you say in the midst of water we thirsty. You're mad or we for be thirsty. Lorna, if you know say you good at writing things administratively, turn it in our business. I believe that a lot of people are not appreciative of their talent. You're given a gift and a talent. A gift and a talent. Some people born can sing. Some people born can cook. Some people born can run. Work on your own craft. And when you work on your own craft, you are even more sovereign. All right. So if there's nothing else, can we take our leave of absence now until tomorrow? We shall have it.
We shall have it.
We shall have it.
We shall have it.
We shall.
Crystal, could you let them know that I'm on my way and I'm next? They can hook me up.
What was that again?
I'm on my way to get my hair done. Tell them that I'm leaving out right now. I'm next.
Let me skip out of that. The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race in this transition. When we live